What's up, everybody? Welcome to the My RC Life YouTube channel, where we do all things RC and a little bit of everything in between. Let's go!
Okay, so now that we got the Trojan T28 pretty much all fixed up, we need to fix up this big Cessna 182 Skytrainer. I'm going to go ahead and get this windshield off so I can really peek in here and see how bad these cracks are. See, right there, it goes from here down to here, then down this way about to there, and then up to about here. So I guess another thing we want to do is go ahead and get this cowl the rest of the way off. Looks like only 2 screws on the side are holding it on. Okay, that gets our cowl off, and there ain't really much fixing to that. I mean, I guess if I didn't have another one, I could kind of glue that together and fill this with glue, but you'd add so much weight to it, it's not really worth it. Just spend $7 to $9 and get a new one. Or here's the one that was on it just prior to me putting this new one on it. This one was only 2 days old. This one was on it, but I wanted the plane to look perfect. This one had a crack right here, and I added a little bit of plastic weld down in there, and there's like right the width of this, there's a little bit of steel mesh, a real thin layer of this stuff. I cut, put on there, laid down, then I filled it with the plastic weld, and I just didn't, it was adding a little bit of nose weight. I just didn't like it, and I didn't like the thought of it, so that's why I bought this one, and then I crashed the plane 2 flights later. I want to get this spinner and this propeller off. Okay, we got that off. Go ahead and get this broken propeller off. Alright, we got that off. Another thing I did was I pulled out the receiver because I had it on Velcro. I peeled the Velcro off the bottom of the receiver and the bottom of the mounting plate there, receiver mounting plate, and I hot glued it down. Because when things are Velcroed on, you know, they got a little bit of movement, and I doubt it was moving any in the air, you know, and it had to be like during a roll or a flip, but I'd just rather have it securely mounted, so I hot glued it down. I kind of want to get this foam back into place. See, it don't got those big gaps in there now. So I'm going to spread these cracks somehow. Kind of pry it apart here. Ooh, this crack goes ooh, that crack goes way over there. Okay, pop this all back up. Get everything back where it belongs. Hold it together. The only other thing left to do is just put a little bit of this hot glue on the top here. It's going to kind of do what the manufacturers did here. It's kind of do a few little circles there. Alright, kind of got that mostly all on. Well, it looks like I ordered the wrong prop. I ordered a 12 by 8 on mistake. I'm supposed to have a 12 by 6. And the thickness is, because it's got more pitch, because it's an 8, this is a lot thicker. See how much thinner this one is? The one that belongs on it. So when I put the cowl back on, this broken prop requires a spacer, then this, and the spinner and everything. But heck, this one, I can't even get a... I mean, look how much bolt sticks out at the end. Hardly any. So I wouldn't be able to put this on or any type of spacer or anything. I could just put that on in the nut and then it's hitting. So yeah, that ain't gonna work. And of course I could probably run it like this if I really wanted to fly it. But I'm just gonna order the new prop. You know, there ain't no reason to do that. So I guess we gotta order another prop for this bad boy, which that's fine. We can keep this around for something else. Well, I guess it's time to put this wing back on. Simply it pops into two little spots here. Shove the wing forward, push it down in the back. 2 Phillips screws. So we got those on. Then I got these little wing supports here too. Okay, that one's in. I'm going to do the same on this side. Alright, that's on. I'm going to add a little bit of glue in here by this landing gear just because. Alright, so this thing's pretty much back together, minus the new propeller I got to order for a second time. That new cowl slides right on, just like so. She looks all good and ready to roll. I'm out here in the kitchen now, a little more room, because my new props came in. They're gray this time. Now this cowl goes on something like this, and there's 2 little holes here and obviously on the other side. There's little plastic things shoved inside the foam there, and that's what your little screws embed into, because you know they're not going to hold well in the foam. Well, over here on this side, the plastic things have been pulled out during the crash. So what I'm going to do is, you know, you got stuff laying around like this, these old clevis deals that go onto your arms that control your wing surfaces and your aileron and your rudders and all that. Well, get one that you don't use, one out of the scrap pile, and just cut that part off. You're only going to use that much. And then go ahead and glue that into the hole. And then there you go. Okay, I got that cut. I'm going to try my screw in there. And go ahead and screw it all the way in once at least. Get a little bit of thread started in there. There we go. Might even be a good idea to leave the screw in there while you hot glue it in. I'll put a little glue right in that hole. Stick that sucker in. I have the screw not all the way tight up to the plastic, so I can do something like that. The plastic's level with the foam, but the screw is sticking out a bit. Do the same thing, get a screw started in there, just like that. And a cutter. A little hot glue in there. Plunge that sucker in. Let that sit there and harden up. Pull our screws back out. Now you definitely want to put this on before you put your propeller on. There we go. Okay, those two are in. Time for the two on this side. Okay, that one's in. Now these screws ain't gonna tighten up like on a hard piece of plastic or a piece of metal, how it would feel, because it's just, it's a metal screw tightening into a plastic hole that's embedded into a hunk of foam. So yeah, you're not gonna get that tightening sensation. When you feel it kind of give you a little bit of resistance, or you can see the side of this cowling kind of squish in, you're good. Okay, now here we are on the front here. Okay, we're gonna wanna put our back spinner plate thing on, whatever it's called. Then here's our new prop. Now our old prop, as you can see, the black one here, it did not have that counterbore hole in the backside. And that's why they send these things in with the propeller. This is like some type of mounting kit. So I got the correct size for the back here. Stick that in just like that. And this is going to go on. Then got to make sure this lines up with the spinner. The holes in the spinner, whatever you want to call it. So okay, that looks good. And then if you notice, I mean, you guys wouldn't really notice, but I can feel there's a bit of slop there. You can probably see it shaking. It's because there's also a countersunk spot on the front of that prop. Well, I've also pulled out another piece of those fitment mounting kits, whatever you call them. Put that in the front. Now that tightens that all up. Okay, then this washer goes on the front of it all. Then you smack this bugger right on the front of that. Double check that spinner fitment. And there's a small hole through this nose cone bolt here. You're going to want to tighten that up. But one problem is your motor, the outrunner part of the motor, may start to spin. So if that happens, you want to get something in and try to stop it. You know, don't damage it. I don't think this plane was originally set up like this. I can tighten this right on down. Plenty tight. And get our nose cone on there. Get our second nose cone screw in there. And okay guys, guess what? This thing is ready to fly again. We will go ahead and get this thing in the air, and we'll get a camera on here again and get some more nice footage with this beast flying around wherever I decide to put it.
Thanks for watching another episode of My RC Life. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.